Here is a quick video on adding your first contacts into Command. So I'm currently at the home screen of Command, which you should be familiar with from previous in the trainings. And I'm going to head over to our Contacts applet. So over on the left side is all of our applets. If you ever forget what each one is, if you hover over it, it will give you a little tooltip with the name of the applet. You can also hit the red KW square and it will label all of your different applets. So the first thing I'm going to do is head over to Contacts. So Contacts is the database for your business. So you are going to put all of the people you know and everyone you do business with or could potentially do business with into your database. So because you are currently in coaching, you're actually going to have access to two different databases, and we're going to talk about the difference between them. The first database that you're going to land in is going to be your personal database. So you're going to see up at the top, it should say your name, contacts. This is your personal database and is what I call completely private. Anything you put into this database can only be seen by you. It can't be seen by the office. It can't be seen by the coaches. It is completely secure to only the agent whose command it is in. If you ever wanted to take this data out, you can with a simple click of a button. So your data is completely safe and secure in your personal database. The other database we have, if I come up to the right corner over here, we can switch to the coaching database. Now this is the database we use for the coaching team. And you are actually going to do your transactions in this database. And we will go over that in a further training. I just want you to know today the difference between the two databases. This one is what I call semi-private. So anything you put in this database can be seen by you, and it can also be seen by the coaches, but no other agents. So your data is still secure in this database. It is still protected and private, but it does allow the coaches to actually see your contacts and see the transaction you're working on. What's important about the two different databases is whatever database you put the contact in first, Command flags that person as the owner of the contacts. And you want to make sure for your business that you retain ownership of all of your contacts. So when you're putting contacts in Command, you always want to put them into your personal Command account first. So I'm going to switch back over to my personal database. So again, this would say your name, contacts, and I'm now in my personal database. So to add your first contact, it's very easy. You're going to come up to this kind of bluish green button at the top right corner, and you're going to click Add a Contact. This is now going to bring up the Add Contacts screen. It is fairly self-explanatory. It is very simple. We are going to put in a full name. So I'm going to start off, we are going to use a fake name. So we'll do a John Smith. I will put in John Smith's email. And we will put in a phone number. So I now have John's name, email, and phone number. So that's 3 pieces of information. When we consider a good contact, what we're looking for is actually 5 pieces of information. So we're looking for name, phone number, email, birthday, and address. And the reason we're looking for birthday and address is because it allows us to contact the client in other ways. So if you have their address, you can send postcards, we can send gifts. If you know their birthday, it's a good reason to reach out and contact them. So when we talk about you putting your first 100 clients in Command, we are looking for name, phone number, email, address, and birthday. So as I come down this contact screen, it's going to ask me to select a lead source. This is how you met the person. Where did they come from? So there are a bunch of them built into the system, a variety of different lead sources that agents like to use. If somebody called you, community events, a previous database, direct mailers. For most of your first 100, you're going to probably be using what we call Sphere. And Sphere is your sphere of influence. So it's the people that you personally already know. The next thing you're going to see is this mark as a lead checkbox. And this confuses a lot of people. A lead is someone you've never had a meaningful conversation with when it comes to command. So if you're marking someone as a lead, it means you've never actually spoken to them. So if someone puts their information in on your website, or they maybe send you a Facebook message with their phone number and name and ask you to call them, that would all be a lead. Someone who wants to buy a house from you is not a lead. If you've already spoken to them and you have a relationship with them. So don't go marking everyone who you think wants to buy or sell as a lead. This checkbox is only for people you've never had a meaningful conversation with. So for your first 100 contacts, you should not be checking this box because we are looking for the 100 people who already know you, like you, and trust you. As we work our way down, we're going to get to the tags section. This is the most important part of building your database. Tags are basically labels for your contacts. So we can label as many, we can put as many labels as we want on contacts. We can add any labels we want. There are some built into the system. But if you want to add your own label, you can just type it in, and it will give you the option to create a new one. It allows you to pick a color. And now I have that new label. So what do we use these labels for? Well, labels are a way for us to sort our database. They're a way for us to remind ourselves what we should talk to clients about. So it's just a good way to kind of keep track of who you know and how you know them. So I'm going to remove this new label. Some of the tags I like to use are has a dog, which is not in my database. So I'm going to create a new tag, has a dog, and create a tag. So any of my clients I know who have a dog, I tag has a dog. And I do that because talking about people's pets is an easy thing to have a conversation with. It's an easy thing for me to find, an event going on that's related to dogs and send them an email or a text message about it. I like other tags like has kids. So I have a kids tag. I use a boat tag. I use a pool tag if they have a pool. Come summertime, I sort my database, show me everybody who has a pool, and I might send out like a tips and tricks sheet for, how to winterize your pool. In the springtime, how to open your pool. It's just quick ways for me to touch large groups of people. So I want to tag my people by their interests. So I'm looking for demographics. Do they have kids? Do they have grandkids? Are they empty nesters? I'm looking for hobbies. Are they into classic cars? Are they into boating? Are they into hiking? All stuff that I would have a conversation with them about. One of the ways I like to look at it is if I was going and meet this contact for the first time, and it was somebody I didn't know, what are the 10 things you would tell me about them that would help me get them to like me? What should I ask them about? What is the stuff that excites them? So after you put all your tags in, if you come to add more information, we have this additional contact information. This allows you to put any other emails you have for them or phone numbers if they have a second number or a second email. This is also where you put their address in. So this is very important. Try to get people's addresses and have them in here because we want to be able to send out mailers and postcards and flyers and invitations to events. And if you have people's addresses, you can do that. You can add links to their social profiles. And if we come under About, this is where you can add their birthday and a home anniversary. So birthday is self-explanatory. It's when their birthday is. We're going to use that in combination with Smart Plans, which we're going to teach you about later, to send out birthday cards and send birthday messages, which is an easy way to have conversations and generate business. Home anniversary, we're going to use as you have closings. You're going to mark down people's home anniversaries. And same thing, it's going to be a reminder every year to reach out and congratulate them for another year in their home and to kind of keep track of maybe they're looking to sell and move on to their next home. So that's all you really need to know for context. Again, the important thing, full name, and make sure you put their name spelled correctly with correct capitalization, because as we learn about smart plans and send emails, it is going to take their name exactly as you have it typed. So make sure you spell their name correctly and you capitalize where it's appropriate. You want to have their email, make sure the email is correct, phone number, make sure the phone number is correct, and really get creative with your tags. And I'm also going to have attached to this lesson, you'll also see a list of tags that we've recommended and brainstormed.